The Kid Who Couldn't Save. Mike McCarthy spent money as quickly as ice cream melts in July, as quickly as Monday morning follows on the heels of Friday night. No matter how much money he started with, he had a hard time holding on to it for more than a few days. Money burns a hole in your pocket, Mike's mom liked to say. A penny saved is a penny earned, Mike's dad liked to say even more. Mike hated that saying. He objected it to each time. Technically, that's incorrect, he told his dad. Earning a penny is not the same as saving a penny. Well, it's worth the same amount, said his dad. 1 cent, said Mike. You can't buy anything with 1 cent anyway. His little sister had no trouble saving money. Despite the fact that her allowance was half of his somehow, Aster had a saving account. Somehow she'd had it since kindergarten. Mike never had enough money to open one. That wasn't all, though. One May afternoon, Mike discovered that Aster had so much money in her saving account, she earned interest every month. Okay, so every savings account earns an interest, but this wasn't 3 or 4 cents a month. This was enough interest to buy herself a candy bar every month. That was 12 candy bars a year. Count as the of Great Plains Bank. More like Great Pains, Mike grumbled. The really disgusting part that was although she could buy herself a candy bar each month, the Countess of Great Pains, Aster didn't. Oh no. I don't get it, Mike said. It's like Great Pains is paying you to eat candy bars. Why wouldn't you do that? It's like an offer you can't refuse. Aster smiled sweetly, sweeter than still because her two front teeth were missing. I like to let the interest confound, she said. I think you meant compound, said Mike. He knew what compound meant. It meant his kid sister was earning interest on both her money and the interest in the bank paid her. It was all becoming her money. She was like a sweet smiling money machine, like a walking ATM with two missing front teeth. None of this would have mattered so much if Mike's friend Derek hadn't recently got a spy kit. The kit had seen in the dark specs, super ears, whatever those were, and much, much more. Mike wouldn't want to. He might have asked for one on his 8th birthday. His parents might have gotten him one then. Unfortunately, he didn't know Spy Kit existed until a week after his birthday. By that time, the best he could do was borrow his unpresent birthday money, $25, from grandparents. The Spy Kit cost 3 times that. His parents told him to save the $25 and kept saving his allowances too. By Halloween, 5 months from now, he'd have other $50 to buy the Spy Kit. Of course, saving was easier than done for Mike. It was Saturday, and Derek's dad took them to the video arcade. Mike's dad gave him $5 to spend. Derek's dad gave him $10. Mike tried to pace himself. For every 2 games of C-ball that Derek played, Mike played one. For every super duper pinball game that Derek chose, Mike chose the not so super one. But soon enough, his $5 were gone. Let's team up on the Carnival Garage, Derek said. I can't defeat that crazy giant monster dude without your help. Okay, said Mike, but you will have to pay my half. Derek narrowed his eyes in suspicion. Didn't you get some birthday money? He asked. Mike nodded. Don't tell me, Derek said. You're trying to save it. Right, Mike said. Derek studied him for a moment. Okay, he said, then headed toward the Carnival Lounge alone. Mike ran after him. I can still have the most of it, he said. So Mike borrowed $2 from Derek. He still had $23 left. The next day, Mike's family went into a jump and bump. Mike's parents bought both kids the regular 2-hour pass. Mike upgraded to the all-you-can-stand pop and popcorn package. After that, he had $18 left. And so it continued for the next 3 months until the original $25 was all gone. By that time, Derek had grown tired of his spy kit. He offered to sell it to Mike. I haven't got any money, Mike said. What about $25 you got for a birthday? Derek asked. Mike hung his head. It's all gone, he said. Huh, Derek said. After that, Mike felt pretty down in the dumps. He mopped around the house for days. Then one afternoon, Esther came home with Mike's favorite candy bar, jumbo size. She unwrapped it in front of him. Now Mike knew all about sisters. He'd heard stories. Heck, he'd seen his friends' and sisters in action. When most sisters sat down in front of you and wrapped a jumbo-sized candy bar of your favorite variety, they weren't really sharing. They were practicing a kind of a mental torture. Aster wasn't like other sisters, though. She unwrapped it in the jumbo bar and broke off the jumbo chunk, which she handed over to Mike. "Thought this might cheer you up," she said. "What about your compound interest?" Mike asked, his mouth already full of candy bar, delicious candy bar. "This is tooth fairy money," Aster said. "I like to save my savings." "I wish I could like doing that," Mike said. "At this rate, I'll never get that spy kit." Aster shrugged. "Maybe saving's not your thing," she said. "Just figure out another way to buy your spy kit." Saving is not my thing, Mike thought. Maybe I've got another thing. I've got to find my other thing. I'm gonna find my thing. He felt better already. Good